Hi folks, so we are out in an absolutely smashing location on the Isle of Skye, and I'm helping out some of my colleagues at the moment, some of my ecologist colleagues. And the reason for that is because this time of year it's what's known as the survey season. So this is when all the surveys are done to support your planning application. Most species to determine presence or absence, and we're always trying to basically prove that they're not at the site in the most robust scientific way we can do. Most species are at their most active through the spring and summer months, and that is why we are out here doing what we need to do. So this here is a former campsite. I can't really say where it is for client confidentiality. We've got some Sitka spruce around it, we've got some grassland, we've got some scrubs, some gorse bushes, all that kind of good stuff. And what we're basically doing is we're looking at this old building here to see whether there is any evidence of bats, but more importantly whether there is any potential for bats to utilise this particular building. And the reason that we do this is because bats are a protected species under both Scottish law, British law, European law. Of the 17 species of bats that are found in the UK, all of them are protected. We don't get all of them in Scotland because conditions aren't great, but or aren't suitable for all of them. So this particular building here, we've got the potential for basically what's known as crevice dwelling bats. So these bats, like common and soprano pipistrelles, they'll land and they'll crawl up and they'll exploit all these little holes and cracks and crevices in the building, and they'll do that either individually or in larger numbers as well. So this building here has been classified as having moderate potential. So we've already done the survey that we need to do. We've been all the way around the building looking at all the elevations. We're looking for evidence of feeding, we're looking for bat droppings, we're looking for staining down the walls, all that kind of good stuff. And this building's been classified as having moderate potential, so this is going to need 2 further surveys, and those surveys are going to have to be done at night. They start just before dusk, they travel through to about an hour and a half, 2 hours after sunset, and basically what we're trying to do is we're trying to see whether any bats are going to emerge from that building, and we'll capture them with infrared and thermal cameras, and that forms the basis of a report. And in another video we'll go on and we'll talk about what happens if you do find bats in your building. It's not going to scupper your development entirely. Most people think that bats are going to stop them doing what they want to do, and that's just not the case. It just means that there's some extra steps to go through, and I'm sure you will all be on side when I say that obviously none of us want to harm our natural wildlife and biodiversity through development. The other thing that we're doing is we're looking at the trees as well. So none of the trees here do have potential to support roosting bats. They're all early mature to semi-mature conifers predominantly, and they've got no features that bats like to exploit, like cracks, crevices, holes, where branches have ripped out and all that kind of good stuff. But the site itself is ideal for bats. There's lots of good foraging habitat, so when they emerge from the building they can come out, they can forage around, commute off site, they can find water bodies, fields, moorland to hunt on. So I hope that's been useful, and back to the office.